Hey everybody, welcome to Disneyopolis. I'm Bryan. We are back in City Hall for another fantastic show. Paper Duffy is still hanging out with the two Mickeys to my right, your left. And I don't know if you can see it or not, see if you can pick it out, but there's been a subtle change to the way we have things decorated here at City Hall. See if you can find it. Oh, who am I kidding? We've got the Frozen blanket. Olaf is playing with the Disneyopolis logo up behind my head. We absolutely love it. So glad that I got that as part of the Disney Movie Club. If you're wondering the details on that, make sure you check out the last show that we had. Today's topic is going to be things to do that are outside the norm of just going to Walt Disney World or Disneyland and hanging out and riding the rides and standing in line and seeing the shows. These are just things that my family and I like to do every time we go to Walt Disney World, or at least try to do. And some of these are in the parks and some of them are not. But I thought we'd just kind of go ahead and explore the option of some things that don't necessarily have to involve a touring plan or, like I said, going to different attractions. The first thing I want to point out is one of the best things you could do while going to Walt Disney World is people watching. Honestly, it's a fantastic activity for the whole family. With it being the #1 tourist attraction in the entire world, there's a lot of people that show up at Walt Disney World, which means there are a lot of people you can go to the parks and watch. Now, I mean, I'm not advocating that you spend, a couple $100 a day just to go sit at Walt Disney World and stare at people. You can do that at home for free or pull it up on YouTube. But every now and again, amidst the hustle and bustle of being in a very crowded theme park, sometimes it's just fun to just kind of sit back, grab yourself a drink, and just watch and see the different people that show up at Walt Disney World, the different types of people, their interactions, interactions with their kids. It's especially fun to watch little kids, especially if it's their first trip to Walt Disney World or among the first ones that they can remember. So first up on the list, people watching. Next thing that my family and I really like to do, and we've turned this into kind of a pilgrimage almost, is to head on over to Pop Century Resort and get tie-dye cheesecake. Now, we started doing this for the very first trip that we went to as a family, and we go to Everything Pop, and they've got it right there in the coolers, whatever you want to call them, the walk-in coolers that have the front fit. You know what I'm talking about, where you just go and pull your stuff out of the case. But these used to be a triangle shape. Now they are all round shape, but they still taste amazing. And we just make it a point at some point when we're there at Walt Disney World and staying on the Walt Disney World Resort to go to Pop Century, and everybody gets a tie-dye cheesecake. So something I really strongly recommend, and it's yummy. It really is. Next up, resort pools. I think a lot of times when you get to thinking about all the different things there are to do at Walt Disney World, sometimes one of the most relaxing things you can do is just go to the resort pool if you're staying on Disney property. I'm nobody's fool. I know that sometimes a Walt Disney World trip can be anything but relaxing. A lot of times just go, 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 go. But if you've heard me talk about it before, a lot of times we will, in the early afternoon when the heat of the day starts to creep up on us, when the attendance gets really high in the parks, we'll head back to the resort and we either take a nap or we'll hop in the pool. And the pools at Walt Disney World, at all the resorts, are fantastically themed. They're large, they're very accommodating, and almost all of them have a place where you can pick up a snack or a beverage. So that's something else that we recommend, is the resort pools. Another one is, if you happen to be in Epcot, go to Club Cool and try the Beverly. Anybody who's ever done this, they're shaking their heads, they've got a grin on their face. I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say Beverly is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I promise you, you only want it to be once in a lifetime. But take the Beverly challenge, and the challenge is just to pour it in the cup and drink it all the way back. Club Cool, of course, the only place on Walt Disney World property where you can get free soft drinks as much as you like. But not only should you do the Beverly challenge, but I tried this last time to drink one of everything. And if you don't know, Club Cool is a place where all the soft drinks are free, but they're from around the world, and there are several of them. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them are just flat out bizarre, and some of them are just not my cup of Beverly. Anyway, it's something fun to do. That way you can say you've done it. This last time my family went, we had my daughter's boyfriend along with us, and we had him try the do the Beverly challenge, and it was fun. It was a good time for everybody. Still in Epcot, another thing that my family does that is a tradition is we go to Yorkshire County Fish Shop and we have lunch while we're there in World Showcase. Fish and chips, yay! If anybody knows where that's from, I'd love to hear it in the comments section. I'd be interested to see how many people know. But it's a great meal. Of course, it's counter service, but it's the only thing they have on the menu, as we said, is fish and chips. And man, is it good! But it's just something we like to do, something we've gotten into the habit of doing. The fish is great. The look over the lagoon is fantastic too. The view from the lagoon. So Yorkshire County Fish Shop. Up next, over at Hollywood Studios, get yourself a picture on the speeder in front of Star Tours. Fun to do. It's as much of an action photo as you're going to get without actually being in action on anything. We try and do that every time we go there. It doesn't get old. And also, as far as a traditional family pic, one of the things we like to do back over in Epcot is to get our picture taken as a family in front of the statues in front of Italy, in the Italy Pavilion. Lots of fun. It's just a memory we have, and it's kind of fun to look back over the years, every year that we've had our picture taken in front of that fountain. And what's great about a place like Walt Disney World is there's always somebody there that A, is taking a picture, or B, is willing to take a picture. So again, getting your picture taken in front of just any place that you choose. For us, it's the fountain in front of Italy. Up next, Paper Duffy. Go to the Kid Cot stops. They're meant for little kids, but you know what? They're actually kind of fun. And we first started doing that, during our first trip to Walt Disney World. They used to be called, Epcot stops. Now they're called Kid Cot. And they still have Paper Duffy there. And, back in the day, you could actually, depending on where you would go, they'd have all kinds of different things. They were all on a oversized popsicle stick like Paper Duffy is. But they're a lot of fun. The kids sit down, they color. They get an opportunity to be exposed to a slightly different culture. Not as much so with Paper Duffy, but hey, I got Paper Duffy there. So there's that. Also, back in Magic Kingdom, we always like to ride the Monorail loop at Magic Kingdom. It's just something we do, and a lot of times what we'll do is we'll get on at the Polynesian and we'll just go stop to stop to stop, Grand Floridian, the Contemporary. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to cool down, and then of course, it's sort of a little bit of people watching, but it's fun to do that. It really is. And kind of piggybacking off of that is riding the People Mover at night there in Future World. It's fun to ride it during the day. I'm sorry, not Future World, Tomorrowland. Goodness gracious. Getting my future mixed up. Either way, it's a lot of fun to ride. It's fun to ride it in the daytime too, but there's just something about it when Tomorrowland's all lit up and you hear all the futuristic music and all that great stuff going around. And of course, it goes through Space Mountain, so you get a chance to see that too. The only downside to riding the TTA is if for some reason the lights are on at Space Mountain. It's just creepy. No other way to put it. But seriously, it's a lot of fun. You get to go a lot of places, and it's a relatively slow-moving ride, but it goes fast enough in places to create a breeze. So that's something else we recommend. And finally, on our list, make your way to Beaches and Cream over at Beach Club Resort. Beaches and Cream is, how do you put it? It's like a diner. It's an ice cream shop / diner. You can get some really good hamburgers, some of the best hamburgers on property, to be honest with you. But their specialty, of course, is ice cream. And go there and try the kitchen sink. Fantastically wonderful big bucket of naughtiness with all kinds of toppings and all kinds of flavors of ice cream, and actually you can get a variation of the kitchen sink in Magic Kingdom too, that comes in a pair of Mickey Mouse pants, and who hasn't wanted to eat ice cream out of a pair of Mickey Mouse pants? We'll rethink that later. Anyway, a lot of fun. Go to Beaches and Cream. Lots of great ice cream. My personal favorite there is to get the No Way Jose. which it's hard to describe. It's really yummy. It's really good. So again, these are different things for you to think about doing it. When you go to Walt Disney World, and it's not necessarily that Again, I don't recommend spending $3, $4, $5, $6,000, however much you end up spending on a Walt Disney World trip, merely so you can go and sit and watch people and eat ice cream. I mean, you can do that at home, but just some nice diversions to do while you're down at Walt Disney World that don't involve tons and tons of people and don't involve lots of waiting in line too. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a part of what we do here at Disneyopolis. Again, we are everything Disney all the time. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe below. And again, please subscribe. We really do appreciate having you, and we'll see you next time.